Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the PS4, and we are once again on Geiselsberg. And yeah, we're continuing on from last time. Now, there was a question I asked at the end of the last video we did on here, which was basically, should we continue as we are on the start from scratch, or should we go for a new farmer and try and set that up as a start from scratch setup? But with all of the buildings and everything intact, and it's fairly early in the morning here at the moment, so it's quite it's still quite dark. And the general consensus seemed to be to restart. And I thought about it. I started looking into it, and basically looked into trying to do it, trying to get us restarted. And came to the conclusion that actually we were better off not, I think. We're going to try and keep going. We're going to try and work around the limitations that start from scratch give. But I feel at the moment it's important that I do continue on and try and actually play this as a start from scratch. So not trying to work my way around having the less money and stuff like that. I want to actually try and work this as a proper start from scratch, including all the limitations that come with that. And that means having yards that, as it stands, we are not fully able to use. I need to turn my lights on. There we go. So, yeah, so we're going to work around this, and that includes things like working around having the ladder standing there, and the fact that all of this ground here, because it's modelled, is stuff that we can't actually place bits and pieces on. So, yeah, it's a fair amount of work we've got to do to get this to work, but I think in the end that's going to be more rewarding than us trying to work our way round getting a new farmer set up to work as if it starts from scratch, because we'd have to cheat money in, and we'd then have to lease stuff to sort of knock the money down and all that kind of stuff. So we're not going to do that. We're going to continue on with this as it is. What I am going to do, and we're getting equipment back to the farm because it's fairly early morning, so I want to get stuff back to the farm so that we can work stuff today. What we are going to do is switch our combine out. So we've got the John Deere. I thought the John Deere had a capacity of 14,000 litres. Turns out, as many people pointed out, that is a typo in the actual mod, and it only holds 4,000 litres. So I'm going to get we're going to use that combine on a different map, on a different game, on my channel. So we're going to switch that, and we're going to switch out for another European combine that I've not really had a chance to use yet, and yet a couple of other people have told me is a pretty nice piece of kit. So I'm going to try and use that. I've also noticed that this seeder that we've got here seems to be listed under both planters and seeders when downloading it. So maybe, just maybe, we have a greater option of... No, we really don't. So we do need another seeder. So we're going to get another seeder and get both our tractors seeding today as well, I think. It means we're also going to need something in which to buy seeds. And this is where I think we're going to be able to work around the limitations of our location. We should be able to put smaller items around our yard. So we're going to be doing that and getting that going today. So that's basically, we've got a fair amount of stuff that we want to do. I quite like how close we are to our yard here. It really is a case though of what can we fit into this space, what will actually place in the space that we've got, and if not, well, we do have this field here. This field, field 40, does have quite a nice area that's available to us, so we can place stuff into field 40 if we want, and expand our yard that way. So that's kind of where my thinking's going at the moment. It's not all lost if we're not able to place stuff exactly where we want to. So we're going to get rid of the combine. The best way for us to do that, let's turn that off, is to jump out of here. We'll head around and grab the combine, and we're going to take it back to the shop, and we're changing everything, to be honest. So start her up. So the fact that we're changing everything, that just means we've got to drag all of this back to our to the shop, because that will allow us to get the maximum amount of money. It's got 0.1 hours on it, so it's it's not had any use at all, and I think we're going to lose money on it, which is not great, but there's not much else we can do. The one thing we probably do want to keep actually is the header trailer. I think we're gonna want to keep that. Because our new combine does not have a header trailer that is associated with it, but obviously we do want to still transport the header. Ooh, that's not what I want to do. I want that. I want the beacons on. Beacons on console, everybody. And yeah, and hazards as well. If you want to get your beacons and your hazards on console, get yourself a side panel. They all work on it. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see a little bit more of where we're going. And into the shop like so. So yeah, this again is going to be quite a bit of setup today. It's going to be quite a bit of getting this stuff sorted. I think actually while we're doing this, let's just leave our combine here for a moment, and we'll head back over to the farm, because I think what we should do is we should get our seeder, at least this seeder, going. So for this we want to head into the shop. We're going to head over to our options here, and under the silos there's a really neat useful silo for us somewhere. It might be under MISC actually. Let's have a look through here. There it is. So the multi-silo. This is going to be great. Terrain cannot be deformed. How do we lower our stuff? We should be able to change placement height. It says is S2, and I'm not sure what S2 is. Ah, there we go. And we can change placement. Terrain cannot be deformed. So it wants to deform. Oh, hang on. There. There. Perfect place for those, I think. Let's zoom in. Yeah. That. Oh, no. Get the sweet spot. We had a sweet spot. There. Right. So we're going to place this here. That is absolutely perfect for us. So, place. And it did deform the ground ever so slightly. So what we can do is we can get this now planting. Now, I think we did do options. I think we did have a girder rotation, didn't we? If not, we can get one set up now. Yeah, we do. So we're going oats, canola, barley, and sunflowers. So we are looking to plant. We don't have any corn in that. What happens if I go corn after the sunflowers? Okay, so corn after the sunflowers works quite well. The oats do not like it, though. So if we go barley, corn, sunflowers. How are the sunflowers handling that? Sunflowers really like being after corn. Perfect. So, yeah, we will go with this rotation. It means that we don't get a negative on the barley after the barley for the corn, but we don't get a massive boost either. So that should work quite well for us. So we're looking at planting sunflowers. First today is what we're going to do. So let's head back Let's hook up to this. There we go. Start our engine. And away we go. And we should be able to refill this piece of kit up the top. Now I'm going to leave field 40 to last. Well, actually, I do just want to check. If we have a look in our seasons menu. Is this a good time to be planting? That's interesting. No, because I'm pressing the wrong button. That's why. There we go. Right. Is it a good time to be planting sunflowers? We are on... yeah, we can. It's first day we can plant sunflowers, so that's good. Let's jump back in then and head round and go and use our new silo and get this loaded up. It is, and this is what we're going to have. It's going to be the case of fitting in anything we can here. So, will this refill? Oh. Yeah, we had... There we go. Start filling. So, L3. With seeds. Wow, that was quick. That was really quick. And we're going to set this off on... we're not going to do soybeans. We are going to do... sugar beet, cotton, corn, sunflowers. There we go. So we're going to put sunflowers in field 29. Whoa! Ah! You are kidding me. Get out of the way, car. We are going to set this up. 29, we should be able to set it up going fairly straight. Hopefully it will turn the right direction, the hired worker doing this. We also need to get some other crops in. But we can just... Basically, if we get the hired worker doing this, we can then just fill in the gaps afterwards. So we'll set this up over here, like so. Hire a worker doing the job. They are doing sunflowers, and away they go. So hopefully they turn the right direction, and we're all good. And now we can get on with selling the combine. Oh, that's what I want. I still have a little bit of confusion. Right, there we go. I still have a little bit of confusion with some of my stuff, in that I'm not quite sure exactly where I am, which is why I keep bringing up the help menu. Because I'm trying to work out where to click between stuff. See, that drops off the back. And it's moving between equipment. Ah, it's that one. It's so different, my setup on here compared to my PC. It's ridiculous. So that is that. And then I'm going to move our header trailer around and up here, so that I can get the header off. There we go. Drop the header trailer off. And once I've got my bearings a little bit with the controls on here, I do better. But it's getting the bearings in the first place. Right. Let's connect that on. Back it off. So yeah, it's always interesting coming across and playing on console. Really, really is. Right, and let's turn this off, jump out, and then we can turn over to here. And we've learnt that it's L3 to do that. So 90s. Okay, so we're losing about 5,000 on the combine, but we're still getting more money back than we're going to spend on the new one. That is the important thing. So yes, we want to sell that. We then want to sell this and sell that. And the important thing is we're actually selling this to get a higher capacity combine. and one that I think is, well, I think it's Russian or Ukrainian, the combine we're getting. So here we go. Over this way. And, yeah, the combine that I actually want to get over this way is this one. When it loads in, there we go. It is, I think that's Forschreit E516. Quite a long combine, actually. So we've got several configurations in the green and, yeah. Wow. So I'm going to go with this one, I think. Wheel setup, we've got standard. Not a huge difference, actually. Oh, yeah, there are. I think we will go with the R1620s. And I want to up the capacity to 5,500. We've got a trailer which will easily take that capacity. So that's 89,650. Yes, please. I just want to actually pop back in here and have a look. It does have a tow bar, so we can get the bit with that. So back out of here, and we want to use that again. Because I need to get a header for it. So we have, it actually does have a sunflower header, and I'm really tempted to get that at some point. But yeah, we're going to grab this header. We want it in the blue, standard design, tip change decals. Okay, I want that one, I think. Yeah, I think we want that one. We'll go with that. Okay. And then, as I said, we also want a corn header for it, which this does have. So this has a 4.6 meter. What was the last one we had? The Ziegler was a 3.4. So it does have a slightly wider corn header for it. So we're going to grab that as well. We are going to change the color because we want the... Really, we kind of want the Forschreit blue, but it's not here. So I'm going to go with the Rabe blue, I think. That's a little bit closer. And design-wise, standard. Ooh, wow, what is that on the back? I wonder what difference that makes. So let's think, these configurations you never quite know. It almost looks like it does a cleanup or something. I'm gonna get it with this, and we'll see what that does. If you do know what this attachment does, please let us know in the comments. Yep. Okay, and back we go. And then that should give us the combine. There it is. Start her up. Sounding great. Now we just need to get back around to get this all hooked up. Much bigger headers on this than we had on our previous combine. Slightly larger capacity. Should do us well, I think, on here. I quite like this combine. We'll have a look at the insides of it in a minute. Yeah. Not sure what that additional bit on that header does. Really intrigued to use this later. Right, detach that so that we can then, well, as I said, what we're going to do is we're going to reverse up our trailer. There we go. Reverse up our trailer so that we can change the colour on that to match our combine. Like so. So jump out. And we'll get this changed as well. This is going to be very straight up today, I think. I think we're not going to do much beyond... well, as I said, I think we're going to have very few edits in this video. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. We've got to disconnect the combine from the trailer. Just move that forward a bit. Move it out of reach of our setup there. It's really interesting. I had to switch between the controller and the... well, I tend to use the controller when I'm walking. And I tend to use the... I tend to use the wheel when I'm doing other stuff. So we should be able to get away with the Rabe colour on this as well. Yep. It costs nothing to do, I don't think. And back. There we go. Let's jump in the combine. Yeah. It's not a perfect blue to match up to... oh, it didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? Should have checked that. But yeah, it's not changed the colour. Let's try that again. I must have hit cancel. So customize, change colour, Azul, Rabe, back. Okay. I thought it did it. Yes. Right, I must have cancelled it. Yeah, I did. There we go. So yeah, not a perfect colour match, but close enough. So again, we'll hook this up. Well, I'm not sure 100% I need to, but I just want to bring it forward slightly. And then we can hook this onto our combine and get this all back at once. And that will work well. That will work really well, actually. Connect that up. I think this is big enough. It's a nice big header. It's a bigger combine. It is, despite the fact that we lost a little bit of money on that John Deere, I think this is the better choice. I think it's the much better choice for us overall. I think that's on our trailer. Yeah, that's on our trailer. Just about. It's just, the Lemkin Blue might have been a better choice. But it works well enough. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, and forward again. Ooh. Connect that up. Right, and back out, because otherwise I can't see where my header trailer is. Now, can I get out of the shop that way? I'm not sure I can. What is that? That must be a sell point of some description over there. Right, and hopefully we can get this all back in one piece now. So, yeah, I am going to get this back to our farm. Where we'll get it packed up. And then I think we need to look at getting another seeder, because we need to get something that we can get our wheat and our barley and all that kind of stuff on. So, yeah, I will see you back at the farm. Right, we are back at the farm, and we're just pulling in. Come on. There we go. So, yeah, how I'm going to work some of this yard is going to be interesting, I think. I think we've got a little bit of work to do insofar as working out the best way to make things work around here. There are bits that we should be able to use quite well, which will be good. As I said, I think we're going to end up building most of our yard out around this way, because I think we'll need to. Let's turn that off, and we'll jump out. And yeah, I think we can make this work. That's the important thing. I think we can make this work. So we're going to need to take a tractor up to the shop again. I think we're going to need another seeder. We want to get that running. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the rest of this. We're going to get this set up. I'm going to leave these seeding today, and then we'll be able to move on later. Now, we've got quite a choice of Amazon and Lemkin stuff here. 110 horsepower. Now, what have we got in our garage in so far? So we've got 95 and 115. So what is our current seeder that is being used? That has a requirement of 100. So that we could actually switch out the Deutz for the Massey and get the Massey working with one of these other ones. So let's head back. So we could use the Lemkin. We've got 90 horsepower on that D91. That's 100. That's 110. That's 120. The D840, that's 110. So yeah, we are looking at those two are way out of the possibility. But I think actually we'll get this Lemkin. I quite like the look of this. This will plant. Will that plant everything? No. Back. No, that doesn't quite plant everything, but that plants everything that we are after at the moment. So that is 44,000. For the same price, though, we can get this Pottinger, which is 100 horsepower, that our Deutz would absolutely be able to handle. I actually quite like this, to be honest. So, I think we will go for a Type 3, throw all of the options onto it, and purchase this. So, buy that. Yes. Okay. And we can go back, and then we can get our Deutz running on that. I'm just going to... so, yeah. We will head down there and get collected our new seeder and get that sorted. So let's jump in, let's drop our current piece of kit, start her up, and away we go. And I quite like this little Deutz. This little Deutz is a really useful piece of kit, and it's one of those things where we're in a position with this that we're able. We're using really small equipment in general on this start from scratch in order to keep our costs down. I'm trying not to go too close because we started with a load of equipment, so we didn't have a pure start from scratch on here. I'm trying not to use, or I'm trying to use as little of the extra cash as I can, and try and keep my costs as low as I can. As a result, we will probably invest. We've invested some of the extra cash in land. It allows us to get moving a bit faster, and we're going to invest some more of the cash, I think, in land at the end, and see if we'll probably end up getting a late planting in. 3 days in, we've got all of our fields already sorted as far as getting them ploughed goes. We now... up there we go. We now need to get them sorted as far as getting them seeded, and getting the sunflowers in at this point is good. We'll get the wheat in next, I think. So we'll get wheat in on field. Oh no, I want the map, which is this one. On field 41, I think, is going to be a good place. I'm really tempted to take the plough and merge 38 and 39. They're both pretty thin fields at the moment, and I think we might actually benefit from merging those two fields. I think that would go well. Oops, stop. Let's bring this up. Need to get this positioned right. Tank is empty on our other tractor, so we're going to need to do that. We need to open the tool. finding the right button to do these things. Oh, there's the shop button. There we go. Start filling. There we are. And close that again. Oh. There we are. It's remembering what button I pressed. I would really, really love on PlayStation to be able to redo the button settings, because at the moment it's all a little bit odd and a little bit in the wrong place. But we are getting away with it. We are getting on with it. Right, down the bottom here, and again we're going to set this off at this corner here, and we'll fill in the bottom bit ourselves. Oh, actually, I think previously we got away with setting it off on the straighter bit. So about here we should be able to get away with. Yeah. So hire worker. And we're putting wheat in, which is what we want to put in. And away we go. I think we actually went with oats and barley, but putting wheat in will be fine. We're going to head over to our other one, start this up, and we'll refill it. But that actually is 33 minutes into this. So, yeah, we've got ourselves a new seeder. We've switched around our combine. We are now just going to get these 2 fields seeded today. I think next time we might look at what we're going to do with field 38 and 39. Maybe merge those 2 will be a good choice. But yeah, that has been a pretty successful setup, I think. So I'm going to leave it here. We'll get these 2 fields seeded, and really all that remains is for me to say, well, if I can get my tractor to stop moving and fill up. No. It's always difficult to tell exactly where I am. There we go. So we'll start filling with seeds. It's not a very expensive go each time with this. But yeah, we're going to finish it here. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.